Yep, Independence is the vibe. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram and on YouTube at Independence is a Vibe, because you know that it is.
Yes, sir.
And so, as always, y'all know we got some type of topic for you. And so today's topic is, if you're feeling scared, that's alright. Do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because life gonna do stuff that make you a little nervous.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna have all the answers to all the questions when you get ready to do stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But being scared and nervous is alright. You know what I'm saying? That's alright.
Means you're human.
Exactly. That's how you know you're alive. Because you can feel it. See what I'm saying? So, you know, as we've said multiple times before on this podcast, that everything starts in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And fear is one of the things that starts in your brain. You know? And I've been doing a lot of research, you know, off camera on different things that affect your brain and your mentality and stuff like that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I learned is that you can practice resetting your mind. And this might sound weird, but I didn't know that was possible.
Resetting your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words,
Relearn?
Yeah. So your mentality, right? If you're a person who has been through a lot, and because you've been through a lot, your mentality is to respond with something in fear first,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can literally retrain yourself to not be fearful.
Okay.
You know? And when you choose to see something a different way, it makes your whole life different.
Okay.
And some stuff I learned that the retraining your mind, it don't have to take a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It don't. You know? And then when you train your mind to not be fearful, you know, to be more bold, to step up, you know, to realize that, hey, I do deserve something good.
Yep.
You know, hey, you know, my outcome is going to be better. I can do this, right?
Yeah.
When you start training yourself to think like that, it'll get down in you. You start to talk like that. You see what I'm saying? And then you start seeing results. You start seeing good things happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I know, you know, as I get older, I'll be like, man, I want to do this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're like, man, but what if this happened? But I'll be like, man, forget that. I'm just going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, you got to live life, you know, enjoy it to the fullest.
Yep.
You know, because, I mean, like you were saying, retrain your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to. It's all, you know, it's a mindset thing. So you got to just do it scared if you have to.
Right. Because I remember me and you was talking. We was on camera, you know, some episodes way back, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying that, you know, thinking about the what ifs and the bad things that could happen could help you have a better plan to be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying, you know, you don't think about like the bad that happens because it could stop you in your tracks.
Yeah.
With the research I've done recently, it's like now that has caused me to change. I try not to think about what if this go wrong, what if something bad happen. I just no, I don't say nothing bad's gonna happen. I just, you know, hey, it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Things gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I learned too that like our life is our life. We get to make our own choices.
Yeah.
But everything is literally, you know, you got to put it in God's hands. Because certain things is out of our control anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, man, like we say, do it scared.
That's it.
You know, just because you're afraid to do it does not mean that you shouldn't do it.
It's like when I got that internship in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I was a little nervous, a little scared to go, because I'm like, man, I don't know anybody in Florida. I ain't got no family. Like, what if this happened? What if that happened?
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I can't turn this opportunity down. I'll just figure it out as I go.
Yeah, because I remember when they were saying that like some hurricane or something was going to hit.
Yeah.
We was over here in Baton Rouge, like, man, Travis is by himself in Florida. Everybody that cared about you, we was nervous, man. We was we were scared for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you made it home and everything. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
You know, but we was nervous for you, man. And I'm learning that like fear is always gonna be present, but you don't have to let it control you. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm not talking about something that you know, physically afraid of because it causes pain. That's different.
Yeah.
But to be afraid to try something, or you know, be afraid to step out because you don't know if it's gonna work. You know, you don't know if you're gonna be able to keep it going. Just do it scared.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. You know, like Travis said, it's part of being human. You know what I'm saying? So do it scared.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what might happen. You might do it and it take off.
Yep.
Do way better than what you was expecting.
Absolutely.
And all that stuff you was thinking about, what if this? It never happens. Those what ifs never happen, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Because you was expecting something bad to happen and something good happening.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that's very possible.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the whole point of this podcast. It ain't just about accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
Although accessibility is like a big bonus, because the world needs to be more accessible.
Yeah.
For people with, you know, mental disabilities, physical disabilities, right?
Yeah.
You know, even invisible disabilities. The world needs to be more inclusive and more acceptable. But also too, you know, this podcast is about self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Because even able-bodied people wrestle with things in their mind that makes them apprehensive. You know what I'm saying? We all do.
Yep.
So, you know, we just hoping that by continuing to put this content out that we will reach, you know, men, women, you know, I want to reach parents who have like disabled kids, and you wondering, how's my child going to survive? You prepare them mentally as best you can.
Yeah, we just want to be a light to those that may, you know, that may not see themselves as, I guess, you know, accepted in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 You know, so, you know, it's all about learning, but you can't learn unless you willing to take that chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we done said that multiple times, multiple ways, in multiple episodes. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, you got to be willing to get out there. You know what I'm saying? It's a big world, and it could be scary, but
Gotta have that grit.
yeah, because it's okay to be afraid.
Yeah.
It is. It's all right to be scared. Still go.
Yeah.
Still step out there. You know what I'm saying? Do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because also too, you might have fun.
Right.
And fun is a part of life.
Right.
We are built to have fun, enjoy the life that God gave you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And no, all parts of your life might not be good. You know,
Right.
you might be hearing this right now and stuff look dark. It look terrible, but if you hang in there, you know what I'm saying?
It gets better.
It gets better. You know.
Yeah, man. I don't know about you, but you know, you ever did something scared? I feel like for me, when I do something scared, it makes me go harder.
Yeah. I remember, man, when I first got my job in retail, right? This was the second job I had. Because my first job was an office job. I was sitting down, you know, answering phones, taking notes, giving messages to people, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't moving heavy stuff. It wasn't a lot of walking. You know, it wasn't dealing with so many different people and different personalities and things like that.
Yeah.
So when I got to the retail job, man, I remember like feeling that fear on me. Like, what if they ask me questions and I don't know the answers? What if I have to physically do something that I can't physically do?
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, like, I didn't want to ask for no help because I didn't want to look like I couldn't do the job.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, but they hired me. They giving me this chance. And I don't want to let them down, but I don't want to let myself down either because I like a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I got out there, and I remember, like, the first thing I did, I prayed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, God, you say if a man don't work, he don't eat. And I asked you for the job, and you gave me a job. So I know you're not going to let me fail. See what I'm saying? And he didn't. I held that job down for 10 years.
There you go.
Well, I'm sorry, 12 years. And I didn't just hold the job down like I was, you know, associate of the year or associate of the month twice. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was somebody that when people came looking for electronic stuff and they had questions, I was the one they looked for. And if I wasn't there, they would leave. You know what I'm saying? I never expected all of that. I was just expecting like, I'm gonna be mediocre because they giving me a chance, but then too, I started hearing like they kind of was looking at me like I'm a risk,
Yeah.
and it kind of had me feeling like, why am I here? You know what I'm saying? But I realized too, just like the Bible say, do your work as unto God instead of unto man, or do it like you're doing it for God instead of man.
Mm-hmm.
I would have conversations with people that were shopping in there, and they was like, when I see you, it give me hope to not give up. You know, I had conversations with one or two people in there that was like, yeah, I had some things going on this week that had me want to kill myself, but then I see you. And if you can smile and be happy and be jovial with the things you're going through, then what I'm facing is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd hear conversations like that, and I'm just like, that's what I'm here for. I like getting my own money, but that's how I help people. That's how I let God use me. You know what I'm saying? I realized like I didn't have to do anything except just be me. And God would talk to the people while I'm doing my thing. I'm not looking to get a pat on the back. I'm not looking to be a pastor. I'm not looking to be a preacher. I'm just Chris.
Yeah, I was getting the same things when I was working retail too.
Mm-hmm.
People saying they was, I was inspiring them and things like that. And I had one guy, came in there and told me, only reason why he come in there is cause just to see me, cause I motivate him, cause he said his son ended up becoming paralyzed from like I think a 4-wheeler accident.
Mm-hmm.
And he said his son was real depressed, and he ended up committing suicide because of that. And he was like, yeah, he said he come in there every day to see me, just to, cause to give him some motivation, to keep going.
Man, see, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Because you literally had a job to do while you was on your job.
Right.
But it wasn't on paper in your job description.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So like, that's why in the beginning of my retail career, I was afraid of a lot of things. I was afraid of coming to work one day and they just like, we gotta let you go because you can't keep up with the workload. The way you work is making us scared that something gonna happen to you, then you gonna sue us, and then the store be shut down, and that never happened. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I went to work afraid a lot of times, thinking that like I ain't gonna be able to handle the workload.
Mm-hmm.
And I can recall times where like physically my legs would get tired to where I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to go take an extra break or something, but I don't want to take an extra break because I don't like the way it looked. See what I'm saying? And I can remember like my legs was tired. I was feeling weak, and instead of going to take a break, I just went in the bathroom, and I got in the stall and I prayed, and I felt like washed my hands and came out the bathroom, and it's like God injected something in my legs where I got my strength back, and I was able to go through my whole shift. The rest of the shift, I didn't get tired. I didn't get weak. No headaches, nothing. And I was just, I was more than grateful because the way I was thinking it was gonna go, it didn't go that way.
That's usually how it always happens.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I say, doing stuff scared is scary, but it can be fun too if you start having like a different thought process.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It can be scary, but it can be fun too. And once you get to the point where challenging yourself becomes fun, it becomes like a game. You could see when you winning. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be the best part right there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Man, bring that challenge on, man.
For real. And sometimes things don't happen for you until you get exposed to it. And when I say that, what I mean is you see what's possible through exposure. You see what I'm saying? So like I say, just for example, when I met my wife, right? Before I met my wife, I was afraid to talk to females because bad experiences. I had tried to talk to so many different females, and it's like they would look at my legs, and then the conversation just, it died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or the girl give me her number, right? I call, she make small talk, then she gotta go. She hit you with the, I'm gonna call you back. Don't never call back. You know what I'm saying? She give you the number, she don't never answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like, when I met my wife, right? I was too scared to ask for the number, so she asked for my number. You feel me? So she asked for my number. I'm like, well, maybe she just feel bad because I done had that happen to, the female feel bad. So I'm gonna give him my number, but when he call, I ain't gonna answer or whatever. So I didn't call her. 2 days passed. She called me. You know what I'm saying? And we talked on the phone like the rest of that day. And then from that point, like, if I hadn't heard from her, by the end of the day or the middle of the day, I would text her, hey, you all right? Stuff like that. And she would call. And then she'll call me, I'll call her. We was back and forth. And I was like, oh. And so that's how I learned, like, not that I would go try to talk to another woman because I got the one I want. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But let's say, like, if things didn't work out with me and my wife and we went our separate ways, not that I would go get back out there, but I know it's possible if I decided I wanted to get back out there.
Got that experience now.
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
Yeah. So I mean, because I was real fearful at first. I was scared. But I learned, what I'm saying, that you could be scared and still succeed at stuff. Because you can learn.
Yeah.
You learn enough, that fear will go away. See what I'm saying?
That's it. It's just your mind, playing tricks on you. Mm-hmm. Trying to trick you out your position, like people say.
Yeah. So I think that's the perfect set of words. Do it scared. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because you will never experience life by living it halfway. You know what I'm saying? People say that. Playing it safe, you will never experience full life.
Right.
And I understand playing it safe because sometimes the stuff you have, you don't want to lose it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got to use wisdom, but
yeah.
At least take some risk in life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do some things that you actually want to do.
And I remember, like, me and my wife was talking, and I was asking her, I was like, the reason why I be fearful on so many things is like, how do I know the difference between me stepping out on faith versus me just being smart by being patient and waiting? See what I'm saying? And she was like, well, how can you say you have faith if you ain't, if you're not willing to step out to see what's gonna happen? And I was like, it had me thinking for a little bit. I'm just like, well, I don't know. I mean, luckily today we got a lot of technology where we can do research on things instead of just jumping blind into something.
Yeah.
But for the stuff that technology can't do, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta trust God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you ain't gonna know everything.
Right.
Some stuff you just gonna learn as you go.
Right. And see, I guess that's the situations I hate. I'm like, at least let me know something before I just start off in it. You know what I'm saying?
Or you can build a team and get people that know the things that you don't know.
Right. And see, that's my favorite thing to do now.
Yeah.
I love building teams.
That's it.
Yeah. I love building teams, boy. Because it makes things way easier when you can build a team. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the fears you have, the team you built, they like, nah, that ain't nothing to be scared of. All you gotta do is this. And you like, oh, that's it? Like, that's all I had to do was that?
All right. So, whatever you weekend, just get people that's strong in that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. Doing something when you're afraid is not a bad thing.
Nope.
Just like Travis said, man, use wisdom. Because everything don't need to be done. But
right.
Most things, like, when it come to business, when it come to relationships, right? You're gonna be scared. You know what I'm saying? When it come to your health, you know what I'm saying? Certain things you gotta do, you may be afraid to do it.
Yeah. You wanna take that trip? Take that trip.
Take that trip. If you wanna make that money, they say, man, you scared money don't make no money. You gotta spend money. And you looking at a mountain of bills like, bro, I can't spend no money. I got all these bills. My wife say, man, look.
Yeah, but if this work out, them bills ain't gonna matter in the long run.
Yeah, that's how my wife be. She be like, man, certain bills you can push them back. Take that money and start that business. I'm like, yeah, but if I push them bills back, then this gonna happen. She like, yeah, but if you start the business, then this gonna happen. And I'm like, I hate when you do that. You know, but she's right. You know, you gotta take that chance.
What's the worst that can happen? You get rich.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the worst. I would let it happen.
You ain't lying about that. You know, I'm learning kind of medium speed that, you know, doing something scared is still doing something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't wanna get stagnant in life and be still too much.
Right.
We not made to be still. We made to be mobile. So, you know,
You gotta continue to evolve.
right. You know what I'm saying? Build that team. Take them risks.
Yep.
You know,
Take them trips.
take them trips. Make your money. Manage your money right. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because it's true what they say. You do only get one life.
Yeah.
You know, so be careful, but at the same time, take them risks. You got to be balanced.
Right.
You can't be, you know, too afraid. You got to take them risks.
Yep.
You know, and it's all worth it. It's so worth it, man. You deserve a good life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? God already believe in you. You just got to believe in you.
I like that motto: living life with no regrets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than, you know, you land on your deathbed and you regret that you didn't do this and didn't do that. And,
And you like, I wish I would have did X, Y, Z. You know, that'd be the worst.
yeah. I done heard some stories like that, too.
Yeah.
You know. And like I say, man, with the technology we got now, it's easy to get exposure to where you can get whatever you want to do. You can put it out in front of people. And that's a good way to test. You
Yeah.
know, if I do it this way and people respond good, I just keep doing it.
Yeah.
But if they don't respond or if I don't hit certain numbers, I can adjust it.
That's
You know.
it.
So I mean, yeah. You know, even if you're scared, still do it.
It's that pivot.
Oh yeah,
You gotta pivot in life.
Coach Carter out here. But yeah, man, that's the biggest lesson we want y'all to take away today, man. Just it's alright to be scared. Still move. Still
Yeah.
take that chance. Still keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Never give up. You know,
That's right. Do it if you do it, but do it scared if you got to, man. You just do it.
it's gonna always, get better.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram and on YouTube at Independence is the Vibe, because you know that it is.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back next week with another video.
Stay tuned.
And we out.
Peace.